basically what just happened here is that there was someone who was being filmed in public, and they didn't want to be filmed. And so they started complaining, and I came over and intervened because I heard this, and I wanted to see what was going on. And I encouraged these guys to sort of interact better with the public, but they are obviously really worked up about it. I think they even appreciate this kind of attention because look, there's an entire crowd now around us. There's an entire crowd around us. And then he said it's because she's a woman. But this is exactly the kind of harassment that people talk about that they...
This is no harassment. You cannot talk like this. You make a film, this is not harassment, okay? We can make a similar film and put it in the... Please behave well. This is not harassment. You are making it look like harassment.
She experienced it as harassment.
No, you are making it look like harassment by recording everything.
She experienced it as harassment.
Did you record then what she was talking? Did you record that? Did you record that?
I feel like you're harassing me.
No, I'm not harassing you.
I feel as if your aggressive talk is harassment.
Listen. Now, if I ask you to delete all this, will you? Will you?
No, I'm going to put this on YouTube.
Oh, you please do that.
Yeah.
But then, do you know how she was behaving with us?
I know how you're behaving.
She was abusing us. She was abusing us. And that's why we responded. Please, I asked her to keep calm and speak softly. She wanted to see the footage. We were ready to show the footage, but she was talking nonsense then.
But that happened before I came.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't know anything.
Right.
You didn't know anything.
But
now you are saying we're harassing people. How can you say that, man? How can you say?
That's not what I said.
When you didn't know anything, when you didn't know anything, when you didn't see anything, how can you call it a harassment? How can you call it a harassment? Tell me.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, please.
You ready to listen?
Yes, of course.
I said that you and me, I'm also a writer. So
fine.
I also
Fine.
can I you asked me a question, I'm going to answer.
Please.
So what I said to you, and I also make videos on YouTube.
Please.
Right? So in the public space, I know that legally we have the right to do this.
Yes.
But we have to be sensitive. You and me with cameras, we have to be more sensitive than the average person.
You are what? You are how do
we have to be more sensitive than the average person.
We are sensitive. We are very sensitive.
That's not what I saw.
We are very sensitive to her.
You with the news organization.
You know the kind of language that she was using?
Excuse me, madam. Are you with these guys?
Please put this off.
Yeah.
Please put this off and then speak to us, okay?
Nope.
Please put this off.
I don't have to. This is the public place. This was your rule.
Okay, we will also put the same
Please, and put it on TV. I would love that.
Okay, we'll do that.
Please.
Now we will call that you are harassing us.
Please. Please. By all means. By all means. Madam, I'm sorry. I don't know how this got out of hand so quickly. I was not even in...
He's harassing us now.
Okay. Now, I was not even involved in this. They were in some altercation with a woman. And this is how your cameramen are treating people. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Are you guys happy about this? The way they talk to that woman. Is that good? Is it good what they have done? I mean, honestly, do you think it's good that they are doing this? They are a news channel for us. This is the public for us, not for them. And they can't respect us, but they want us to watch their TV. I mean, are you guys okay with that?
We don't even know what exactly happened.
I don't either. I don't even know exactly what happened either, but you see, look at this. I want to give this because this is... These are news channels, and this is how they treat people in public. And there's even a woman who was in front of the camera who she doesn't even want to acknowledge what's going on here. I mean, I just want people to know this is the context of this city. Yeah.
आंड पागल होगा आज तो
What are you doing?
I'm standing here watching.
But why?
You cannot.
You people are covering this place for our food show. Why are you doing this to us? Why? You people are covering this place for our food show. As simple as that. What's the problem?
I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is that I just came and asked them, look, I was listening you, did you shoot me? That's all very simple, that I don't wish to be shot. Simple. For whatever reason. There was nobody else, just me at this thing. First I came in, they were watching me, there was a camera, so I went off that side. You know, maybe I'm in the frame. I come back, I'm taking the glass, I turn around, they're here. I'm suspicious they're shooting me, so I don't want to be shot, right? It's as simple. I can decide I don't want to be on TV drinking a glass of juice.
And we don't put you on TV.
Which
as
is
simple as
fine,
that.
but can I not ask whether it has been shot or not? Look, I don't watch TV.
I'm just telling you one thing.
Yes.
अगर हम सभी को एक-एक को ऐसे दिखाने लगे, सब हमसे पूछने लगे तो हम
नहीं,
नहीं कर
ऐसा
पाएंगे.
बात नहीं. अगर 15 लोग, अगर आप ये किसके लिए कर रहे
Please
हैं?
stop it. We are talking, yaar.
No, you were also doing the same thing, na? We are talking. Let's record this conversation. Let's document it. Why not?
चलो अपना काम करो. कहाँ गए? रूली कहाँ गए? मैं तो नहीं पूछी.
गुड कॉम्बिनेशन ये बीएसएनएल छक्का You be blessed.
So basically, what had happened was there was a woman, and you heard her at the end. She was a customer in a public space. Now, technically, legally, in a public space, people have the right to film. And you've seen my stop and stare videos, and I do it all the time. You see news channels do it all the time. People say in my videos, if this were America, you couldn't just walk up to anybody, blah, blah, blah. Well, people really like to say that because the people in my videos are not portrayed in their best light. Partially because they're not acting in their best light. But people would rather look at the person behind the camera. What I'm saying is, actually as people behind the camera, we have to be a bit more sensitive. And when people say they don't want to be filmed, you have to give people a private space. Now, that situation had nothing to do with my own particular situation in my videos, but looking at how that went down, I would also add that if people don't want to be sort of stopped and have people just gawk at them and point and talk about them, then shouldn't that also be their right? It makes people just as uncomfortable as that woman was being filmed. And I find that horrible because look at how many people were just standing around watching. People who came out of nowhere once all of that conflama started and had nothing to say, didn't intervene when there was this young woman who was standing there and being yelled at by these two cameramen who were just big. You just saw how dismissive and aggressive and loud they are. And I know in Delhi that for many people that kind of talk is not considered aggressive, but for anybody who doesn't come from this city, when you know you're going to get in somebody's face and start being aggressive like that, well, I'm not the first person, I'm not the only person to say that Delhi is aggressive, but this is a part of it. This that climate of just having people clamoring around, and you have to make a ka-ka-ka-ka because of that. That is what people who perhaps are used to this city forget, that those of us who are newer, we have to get used to.
You be blessed, you be blessed. You gotta let go.